Hey guys, welcome to day 10 on safari. We're back here at the Kitela Lodge, as you might recognize the fire in the background from our stay here a couple of nights ago. Had an early start again today at 7 a.m. To get from the Serengeti to where we needed to be, which was eventually to arrive here at Kitela. But so we had about a 7 a.m. start, and we drove rough, bumpy roads once again. I guess it's all part of being on safari. I was riding in a different car today with Joe as our driver, so it was great to kind of mix and mingle with those folks too. Interesting bunch nonetheless, and real enjoyable ride. So we eventually made it to the Olduvai Gorge. Again, really interesting. I won't profess to understand anything about evolution or anthropology or anything like that, but this place really kind of opened my eyes to what it takes to kind of research the origins of man. The Olduvai Gorge was kind of made up of a rich history of kind of archaeological digs that really show the evolution of man, the first early skeletons and remains and fossils of animals dating back thousands and thousands of years. So it's a very interesting stop. Apparently the museum that they have there is brand new, real informative. I loved being there. Vast landscape and just different views of all. So it was a great stop. We were only there for an hour, but again, the guides there, top notch, really informative. I wish I kind of understood and maybe remembered everything they said, but I was at the very least entertained. So from there, we made our way back to try to get here to Kitela for lunch. So we arrived here roughly around 1:30 and had lunch, but it was a little bit of downtime, but they offered up an optional village walk. So it was basically a walk around the village surrounding the Kitela Lodge. The village is made up of actual village people live there, but there's also coffee plantations, various vegetable kind of growers in the area, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of hopped onto that, and we did a walk through the plantation. Our tour guide Steve was a lot of fun, real friendly, as we've come to expect from all the people here in Tanzania. But it was really interesting. Again, I never knew much about coffee, but to see it kind of grown at the plant level and see how they kind of pick it by hand, and there's at the different stages, and again their different harvesting seasons are June, July, and August. And he talked about the different ways of roasting and so on. But the real treat was actually getting to see all this in action. So there was a coffee grower not too far, and he invited us or welcomed us into his home, and he was there with, again, showed us the whole process from growing the coffee to harvesting the coffee to taking the shells off to get to the eventual coffee bean, to even hand roasting the coffee. So that was fun, and probably the most enjoyable part was when we actually had a chance to sit down and have a cup of their coffee. It was just really relaxing, and I kind of made a joke. His father there was sitting there turning the drum for roasting the coffee, which again is it's probably an art kind of developed over many years to get it right. But I kind of said there's very few things that are more relaxing than having a really good cup of coffee and watching other people work. But anyway, so we really enjoyed that coffee. Needless to say, I ended up buying half a kilo, 1 pound of coffee. I'm probably going to regret and maybe want more. But again, this is how he makes his living, and he doesn't distribute to any large customers. He says he sells whatever he grows, and it looks to me like it's enough to satisfy his family and feed his family. They invited us into their home and gave us an actual tour of their house. There were a bunch of great little kids there. I think he had 4, maybe 5 in total that were his, varying ages. One was very small, maybe 2 or 3 years old. Some of them were even helping with the coffee process, and it was just really fun and really easy to be around there. I probably could have stayed there for hours, or at least until they kicked me out. But anyway, that was really interesting. And then not too far away from that was another carving shop. Again, the shop owner was there. They gave us a demonstration and kind of walked us through the process of it, using mostly ebony. They did have some rosewood and some mahogany as well. So a lot of great looking stuff, just real authentic looking stuff. So needless to say, I walked out of there with a little something, so at least to remember the trip by. So I was pretty happy with that. A piece of ebony that again with a really fantastic grain pattern. So that was a real treat as well. So that was pretty much it. I mean, after that we made our way back to here to Kitela. we wrapped up dinner, and kind of our group is dwindling down to 7 in total, soon to dwindle down even more by tomorrow as we all fly back at different times. But tomorrow is the last day. There are 1 or 2 more stops. I think we're going to visit another tribe and see how they live in the morning, and then make our way eventually to the airport for departure. So I don't know if I'm ready to share my thoughts on how all this went. I'll probably do one more video, get rid of this ridiculous beard, and really maybe sum it up. And as soon as I digest this, I'm sure on my travel back, I'll have more thoughts, and I'll be sure to jot them down to help me remember. But it has been fantastic, and I didn't think I'd really know how I'd feel at this point, but I am going to miss a lot. Mainly the people of Tanzania have been really kind of welcoming and friendly, but I'll be open to the idea that maybe we're in a bubble, in the sense that we were visiting, resorts and tours and so on, and people who really cater to this type of thing of welcoming guests. But even so, I wish even if we could take a slice of this and bring it home with us, I think it would be a real treat for everybody. So to the people of Tanzania, I mean, it's just a wonderful place to be, and I think it's likely that I'll come back here again. So anyway, just some quick thoughts about that, and then I'll share some more in a later update. But for now, I'm going to bed. Got another early start tomorrow. I think we're on the road by 6:30, just because we have to make our way back towards Arusha-ish, which is about maybe 2 or 3 hours away, and we got a pretty tight schedule with everything going on. So keep you updated. Catch you later.